and gentlemen, Tex, I put him in the screen, but he is not in the screen. Never mind. J-By is back deck. Tex is back deck. DYLON is in. An absolute man of his word. Said he would come in after the Vikings lost, after we gave him all kinds of trash talk like we normally do in the group chat. And then the Niners proceed to lose. But first, it is episode 176. It's October 20th, 2024. Wolf Awareness Week, by the way. Wolf Awareness Week.
Okay.
Everybody. Yes.
Are we
Before we
so
okay.
I want to hear about Wolf Awareness Week. I want to hear about it.
Here you go. Here's Wolf Awareness Week. A wolf pup can only urinate if its mother massages its belly with her tongue.
Okay. Okay.
Wolves can eat 20 pounds of meat in one sitting, but can also go hungry for 2 weeks.
Okay.
That's Wolf Awareness Week.
Okay.
Hey,
I'm aware of wolves.
Wolfpack won.
Oh, the NC State Wolfpack? Oh, there you go. North Carolina football down bad all the way around.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. First up, Pick'ems. Minnesota blew it. We believed in them. Green Bay blew it. We believed in them. Washington did cover. The Rams blew it. They suck. Baltimore, we don't know yet. So Pick'ems dead. Thank you to the Vikings. You suck. Thank you to the Packers. You hate America. Commanders, man, are the Panthers bad. That's fact.
Really bad.
Really bad. That'll make its way to the headlines.
Really, really bad. Clip that. Panthers are bad.
That is not why people are here. People are here because we had a Week 7 NFL, which is almost over, being culminated by the hilariousness of the Jets-Steelers game and Russell Wilson get booed off the field. People are here because we're going to talk football, and we are men of our words. The 49ers lost to the Chiefs.
They had to buy, right? The 49ers?
Nope, they lost.
Oh, they didn't. Okay. Sorry, they didn't show up to the game. That's why I was asking.
I did see that the Cowboys
receivers crew had a bye this week for the 49ers.
Okay, I was just asking. I saw the game was on, but I didn't see the 49ers playing. That's all. I was just curious.
That's funny that DYLON brings up the wide receivers, seeing as how Debo was not active. Brandon Ayuk blew out his knee, and Juwan Jennings was also out with a hip injury. So we're going to bring up wide receivers.
That's why I said
this is like it's a football team, right? Not football wide receiving core.
Oh yeah,
right.
I agree.
Okay, I was making sure.
I'm not making excuses.
It sounds like you just were. Those are the three excuses you just made. Well, this guy and that guy.
They still got Christian McCaffrey.
No.
He didn't play.
AK.
No.
Oh wait.
AK.
Hey,
my brother from the same mother.
Whose team won today?
There you go, right there.
That's right.
You can't say.
Don't act like that you had the Bills put on a clinic.
They played the number one defense in the league.
He's got a point. AK.
They played the number one defense in the league.
He's got a point though. Who did the Niners play?
Chiefs, best team in the league.
Okay. Nope. We've been saying for weeks they're not. We've been saying for weeks they're not.
They're not.
Mahomes has the worst.
Stand behind your words then.
Mahomes and Will Levis have the worst TD to interception ratio. It's almost, if you look at what a person has done 100% of the time every game this year, it's Mahomes throwing an interception.
Yeah, basically.
And it's about to be Purdy. He's got like 5 of 6.
Funny you should bring that up. Look at these stats
7 now after this game.
Oh, huh.
Purdy had a worse game.
This is your MVP, folks. This is your MVP.
Josh Allen's the MVP.
No. This is your MVP. 16 of 27, 154 yards, 5.7 per attempt, 2 interceptions, 44 quarterback rating. And you're going to listen to all the shows tomorrow to tell you how he just keeps doing it. Mr. Mahomes keeps playing well.
I don't see the truck stick stat on here.
Dude, you can't hit him.
Buddy.
Malik Mustafa let up at the goal line.
Call it what you want, dude. Truck stick.
Did he lower his shoulder?
No. You can
I
see.
want somebody else to answer. I want somebody else to answer. Did he lower his shoulder?
No, you don't watch the game.
Yet Mahomes did.
I watched every snap.
Okay. I'm just asking the questions. I'm asking questions.
J-By's doing TikTok football.
I'm
doing
doing my
TikTok
investigative
analysis.
journalist. Did he lower his shoulder?
Tex. It was what you wanted. DB or safety meets quarterback at the goal line.
Yeah.
Quarterback won.
Okay. All right.
DB on the ground.
I'm just asking the simple questions. Like this is how you define a truck stick. Did the quarterback lower his shoulder?
Yes.
Was the DB standing there squared up?
Yes. Coming in,
no,
not even standing.
He
was running.
At the goal line.
Misinformation.
He was meeting him.
At the goal line.
At the goal line.
We're talking. You're not involved. You're too biased.
The guy who watched every snap of every down of this game is not involved.
You're too close to the
involved.
situation.
You're too biased.
Yeah.
You're too biased. You have to recuse yourself from the situation. Recuse yourself. Okay. So virus. J-Vi.
Yeah.
They were both squared up coming at each other.
Both of them running full speed.
Okay. Who ended up on top of who?
Mahomes stepped over the safety after
that's
he
a truck stick. That's a truck stick. Okay. It's a truck stick. It's a truck stick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't know anything.
Touchdown.
Any rebuttal to that?
Yeah. He let up at the goal line because you can't hit Mahomes.
Oh, okay. Because he was just going to let him score. Okay.
Yes. He was already in the end zone.
This guy's been.
He was already in the end zone.
Okay.
He was already in the end zone.
Okay. Hey, truck stick.
He was already in the end zone.
Stick.
Y'all forget that Mahomes put on like all that extra off-season weight. I saw the pictures.
Tex.
Where's the goal line?
Over him right there.
Where's the goal line?
That's a dead body.
I see. You see how you conveniently edited out the goal line there, Tex?
I don't have to edit out the
goal
goal.
I'm just telling you.
The that
guy has two fingers right now. I wish my screen wasn't frozen. You could see me.
The question wasn't did Mahomes score. The question was did the DB get truck sticked?
Yeah.
Yes.
It looks like there's a dead body behind him.
Mahomes is built like Big Bird.
He needs that fourth quarter performance.
But he talks like that's what I'm saying, dude. Get that man on the mailing list, Josh. Josh sitting here with his chest out because the Cowboys. I did see a funny graphic that the Cowboys lost the bye week 34-10.
The Cowboys did lose the bye week because Dak got engaged.
That's true. Wow, you hate to see it.
No, wait a minute.
No, there is no wait a minute.
It's only whenever they get married. We've been over this. How many times do we got to talk about it? Only whenever they get married. So I got the rest of the season.
So
and after that, we're doomed.
But Tex, is it safe to say that during the bye week, when he should have been preparing after just giving up, 39 points, that he was more worried about playing golf with his girlfriend to become his fiance? So he was not in the film room.
Some things are bigger than football.
I mean, I can't wait for next week watching two teams with losing records play on Sunday night.
That's right. Still prime time, baby. Still prime time.
Battle for second place.
Nobody's phone rings more than mine whenever their team loses. I can guarantee you that.
Because right now, the Commanders are looking like one of the top teams, which is crazy to me. After as bad as they were last year.
Tex, what do you think? Alvin Kamara.
I mean, that would help. That would help. Get us some help on the running back. Yeah, for sure.
You can't afford him.
No, we can't. Unless he's going to take like a full signing bonus in 3 years. He just has to wait for it. Maybe Jerry Jones can give him shares of the team or something.
Well, look. Everything happened this week. We're putting up the stats here. Of course, we lead the show with the 49ers because nobody will support the Chiefs as a Bills fan unless they beat the Niners.
Hey, I bet the
Bills
Niners
fan
to
will
win.
come over to the Chiefs side to poop all over the Niners.
Look, listen to me. Check the
What?
tape from last week. I said that
Check
both the Chiefs and the Vikings would lose this week. Nobody would be undefeated anymore.
Check it.
I bet the Niners to win. I put money on the Niners.
And now you come in here defending them. You come in here defending the Chiefs.
I'm not defending them.
Pictures of Mahomes.
I'm not defending them. I'm just asking.
Okay. You had a text. He had a picture on his phone ready to show.
Got to be all-time
low moment.
Our
jobs as investigative football journalists to figure out was or was not that a truck stick, and it seems like the evidence points to all the facts at hand that it was indeed a truck stick.
That's football coach right there.
Hey,
the evidence did not show the goal line.
The question wasn't about the goal line. The question was about did your safety get run over?
When the play is over, you can't hit the quarterback.
The play wasn't over.
Let me say
if he's past the goal line, the play's over.
The play's not over until the whistle's blown.
Is or is not the play over when you pass the goal line?
Is or is not the play over when the whistle is blown?
Answer the question.
I'm going to answer the question.
No, it's when the whistle is blown.
I'm going to answer the question for you, AK, in French. And the answer is oui.
The play is over when the whistle is blown.
Okay.
And it was a truck stick. Oui.
Whatever. Look, Mr. Brandon here stopping in.
Yeah.
As he will, because his Commanders won. We're going to get to that in a minute. But
Brandon.
Yes. So, and
French.
Game on. This dude, oh my gosh, he was hilarious. He was ripping me on Twitter. He said they were doing a special emergency stream with me as the guest to talk about Brock Purdy. And he is absolutely correct that Ayuk played San Francisco this offseason. Oh, and here's BMO. Hot take: Chiefs are peaking too early. I like that take, BMO. I like that take.
I heard Ayuk was almost dead.
No, he tore his ACL.
Okay, so he's alive, but not well.
Yes,
there's only one person on the Niners team that's almost dead, and that's
he's
safety
just dead.
That got run over by Mahomes.
He's just dead in a fantasy football perspective. Got it.
Yes,
but he's still paid. Super paid.
Still
yes. Good thing he did get the bag. So, but anyways, okay, I'll pull this down now. Sorry, I had that up. I just wanted to leave that up there for a little while. Okay. Yes, Pittsburgh, the Jets playing right now. We've got week 7 to talk about. We've got our headlines. We also wanted to say that I did not. What?
Is so bad.
What?
I can't believe they're playing Russell Wilson.
Dude, they just keep showing Justin Fields. It is absolutely hilarious.
I hope he's just sitting there with a smile on his face.
Well, he's sitting there with his face mask way too close to his face. He's one of those guys who wears
his chin strap.
That's true. Well, yeah. But I did not watch the Cincinnati-Cleveland game. I did not watch the Miami-Indianapolis game. I had all the other ones on, though. So, gosh, dude, Pickens is such a great contested ball catcher. Holy cow, dude. I love watching that guy pluck him out of the air. Can't do anything else.
Sauce Gardner's he's out. He got hurt.
Secondly, can we all reconvene here for a minute and say we want to a collective salute to the guy who was the impersonator of the FSU coach?
Yes, with the
Waffle House. Hey, you know, we've already been over this once before, I believe, but all-star breakfast all day long, baby. Give me 2 of those.
2 of fingers, those?
Oh, yeah.
But you'll be looking like 2 of fingers after you eat one of those. Well, you probably walk in there with 2 of fingers.
Probably.
Looking like 2 of fingers.
Yeah.
Okay. So shout out to that guy with the Xbox headset on and the Waffle House card, and then the tweet that J-Vi sent of the guy explaining to who that was to his girlfriend. Can you go over that for a second?
Well, I don't remember what it was.
The wife asked his guy or her husband, why is the coach in the stands?
With his shirt off.
Yes, with his shirt off.
Yeah, she said.
There you go.
Why? Wait, I have to pull up the tweet now. He says, why does the coach have his shirt off? And the guy says, that was a fan. College fans are crazy. And the wife says, why does he have a headset? And the guy says, college football fans are crazy. The wife goes, why does he have a Waffle House menu? He said, college football fans are crazy, but that's why I love college football. It's absolutely crazy because that game was at Duke, too. Like, that game wasn't at Florida State.
Oh, so it wasn't at Florida State?
He traveled to Durham, no shirt, Waffle House. He might actually be coaching by the end of the season the way Florida State's playing, so I wouldn't count him out yet.
Oh, my gosh, dude. That was incredible. So that was at Duke? Oh, yeah, that's right. It was.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying.
Duke.
They were playing Duke. Shout out Duke. First win over Florida State, right?
Duke right now is the only good football team in the state of North Carolina.
Dude, college football is upside down right now in the standings, and it's absolutely spectacular. So, anyways, okay, shout out those guys. Oh, anything else after we've yelled at each other for those of you just tuning in? I'm a Niners fan, obviously. We've got a Bills fan. We've got DYLON's a Vikings fan, Skull Nation, Texas Cowboys fan. Edge is here. Great night. 49ers lost. Vikings are done. Where's Texas Burner? Come on. He's just ripping you in the comments.
Wow.
Okay. On the show, Big Click Energy, Scoreboard Salute, Homer Alley. And then we go over the bets. I did not tabulate these, so we're going to have to do them live. We're going to have to trust everybody. We have the Listener League, which the bad day keeps getting worse for me because that was probably the worst display of DraftKings ever put together. And Intersquad Dad Kings Jamboree. So we'll update on that. And also stop stealing our intellectual property, you cowards. Okay. Let's hit the salute music. How about that?
Let's do it.
How about that?
Okay, Tex, of course, leaves right as the headlines are about to start and handle the heat, get out of the kitchen. Because the first headline, J-Vi, I think you put this in. We're going to put them up. The headlines are from a week 8 of college football and a week 7 of NFL. And we take what we saw and we put it on a headline chart. Boom. Here they are. Tex conveniently now is back. So, nope. Tex didn't see that. Good. Okay. Number 5. Game of the century, game of the month, game of the year, I think the game of the year was Bama, Georgia.
I don't know. I think that the Oregon Ohio State game was pretty good too.
That was good too. J-Vi, this was you. You put this in there.
I don't know if I did, but Texas was back. UJ is back. I think that was DYLON.
I put that in there.
Oh, okay. DYLON. I didn't know who put that in there. DYLON, go ahead.
So I needed to correct some grammar that it is no longer Texas is back. It's past tense. Was back.
No.
The Bulldogs is back. What do you
Bulldogs
mean no?
is back. The Bulldogs is back.
They pulled your starting quarterback after the second quarter.
Hey,
that was so bad.
Sometimes you have to make changes to get the
and then they
team
took
going
back
again.
Out. They don't even know what they're doing.
They couldn't figure out who's going to give them the biggest spark, and there was no sparks to be given.
Texas was not ready for that physicality.
They were not. They were not ready for that game,
which is shocking to me.
Yes,
and the refs even tried to give it to them.
Okay,
was that
all right?
Worst? I'm not going to say it was the worst call of all time because there's been probably worse calls, but the worst reverse call of all time. I don't even know. I don't even know how that was like. I don't even know how it's legal. Like in the rules, like once the call's made, that's a non-reversible call.
And then the fans threw a bunch of junk on the field.
Trashy.
They had to clear the field off, and by the time they came back, oh look, let's pick the flag up. I love this nickname, Quinn Stewart. Oh yeah, Texas got beat 30-15, and that wasn't even that game sucked. Texas stinks. They couldn't get anything going. Their offense was terrible. The refs tried to give them the game. Shout out to Kirby Smart. And let me just say this also. Carson Beck sucks.
Terrible.
Can we just?
And he's ugly.
I'm so sick of everybody telling me that this guy's going to be a top draft pick. How? Who? What are we going to do with that? 3 interceptions? Are you kidding me? 175 yards? Shut up. No, he stinks.
They're just trying to lock onto a new quarterback to put their marbles behind. And right now, I just don't think college football has it.
Well, Mel Kiper put out his top 5, and it's like Shedeur Sanders, Quinn Ewers, Carson Beck, Jalen Milroe.
He's a worse version of Anthony Richardson.
He's a worse version of Justin Fields.
Yeah.
And then there was one more. I can't remember who it is, but it doesn't matter. They all stink. Oh, look, here we go.
I like that.
Look at this.
Yeah.
They just showed them on
right,
Okay.
We're gonna get to see it all day tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to. Mahomes was so bad that they have to show his 40 yards of rushing to say that he elevated the team.
Put the team on his back. Josh Allen does that every week.
See, listen to you. Listen to you. Chiefs, Bills fan, Cam Ward. That's what it is. You're right. Cam Ward was the other one. Chiefs, Bills fan, mucking it up with the Chiefs. That's. I've had many messages saying that they couldn't believe how you were talking about the Chiefs. And I said, you have to understand. This show is not
about the Chiefs.
It was this is what the Chiefs do.
They do that.
You spoke
and
very highly of
the Niners. I thought the Niners looked like Texas out there.
We didn't have anybody.
Oh, here we go.
We
go.
The first
Bills
round
haven't had anybody. The Bills haven't had a number 1 receiver, and they're 5-2.
Wait a minute. Can't say he's not gonna make excuses.
I'm not.
That's what he said.
Okay, that's an excuse.
I'm not making an excuse. Brock Purdy did not play good. Shanahan did not call really good plays.
That's the first thing that you said. That's not an excuse. Okay.
I'm not making an excuse. I watched the game. Oh, here we go.
We didn't have anybody.
I'm looking to my left on the TV. Second team to start 6-0, and Mahomes, he just does it. Ugh. He was awful. He tried to give him that game. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. Don't distract me from Texas sucking. Texas sucks. Texas sucks. Anything else on the Texas game? Oh, Tex. You. This is you. This was you yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah. It looked like me.
I said that's Johnny.
He has a fuller head of hair than I do, but that looks like me.
He's not standing out up top.
Dude, no. That's Johnny Bevo right there instead of Johnny Bravo.
100%.
Look at that, dude.
That's depression right there.
That guy is mad. He is big mad. That's your welcome to the SEC moment right there. Oh, here we go. Look at this. D. Smitty coming up in here. That's what I'm talking about. Now we got some backup. Shanahan hasn't scored 1 point off from a Mahomes turnover. Love it.
Shanahan needs to get a haircut. He needs to save the Niners season and get a haircut.
Well,
he doesn't look good with a head of lettuce.
I will say this.
Hey, I'm about to put an under on this game of under 44.5.
The game on right now?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Second one. Packers hate America. The Packers win 24-22 as they just signed Brandon McManus, who it's a game winner. How you doing? They tried to ice him. He hit the first one and then hit the second one in your faces. However, the Packers were favored by 3.5. And they could have easily won this game by more than 2 points, but they didn't. Therefore, they hate America. Jordan Love had 3 touchdowns. Joe Mixon still a freak show somehow. And Romeo Doubs was the leading receiver.
Stroud didn't even throw for over 100 yards in this game.
What?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Stroud didn't throw for over 100 yards in this game.
I know the first half he had only thrown for 44.
Yeah, I think he threw for 88 or something. Double check me on that. But
I am right now. He threw for 86.
I'm pulling it up.
He threw for 86 yards.
Yeah, he didn't throw for 100 yards in that game.
Now look at me. CJ Stroud can do this: 10 for 21, 86 yards, has one playoff win, and we still crown him the greatest quarterback of all time.
Hey, I'm just calling it how I see it.
86 yards.
86 yards. But Diggs didn't play. Diggs apparently.
I thought he got hurt. I thought he was talking trash before the game.
Yeah, and he got ejected for throwing a punch. I guess Jameer Alexander told him that he gets around more than a high school freshman girl because of how many teams he's played for. And is he going to play for Cleveland next? And Diggs didn't like that, so Diggs threw a punch and got kicked out of the game. And Diggs afterwards, Drama Diggs is out. Diggs afterwards said, I'll never be the bigger man. So he's not going to let people talk junk.
Well, go ahead and tell that to everybody in the league.
So Stroud did try.
Nico's back.
Yeah, Stroud did trot out there without Nico or Diggs, but
okay,
he still only threw for 86 yards.
And now Stroud gets all the excuses. Cool, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey,
I'm just
Purdy.
You want to say that? You want to say that?
Purdy had Ayuk and Kittle, and threw 3 interceptions.
You did not watch the game.
I saw the stats.
Ayuk was done in the first half.
I saw the stats.
We're out there with Ronnie Bell and Chris Conley.
If I remember correctly, there was once upon a time when we were like, hey, this guy's not playing. Who should we start? And you go, Ronnie Bell game.
I think 3 times we've heard.
Yes, Ronnie Bell. So you've talked about how great Ronnie Bell is. So don't go changing your story. We had to trot out Ronnie Bell.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Him out.
When Tyler Bass is missing field goals, what have you been saying?
Hey, I believe in him.
Okay, thank you. And when Sam Darnold can't close the game,
but now you're saying that Ronnie Bell's an issue.
Can I not be a film analyzer?
No.
I've seen him play. I've seen him
drop
plenty of balls.
You believe. I know what T Bass's problem is. T Bass got married. I knew this year was going to be a problem.
Shout out to the Bills too. Bills fans gave him love today. Apparently,
right. They should. They got to believe in him. Everybody in that stadium plays golf. They know you can't get out of the tee box.
Smitty, yes, thank you for being here, Smitty. Tell him.
I don't have to watch the game when I see he threw 3 interceptions.
Oh, hot take. Best quarterback in the NFL is Jared Goff. J-Vi doesn't want to see that.
That's wrong.
J-Vi doesn't want to see that.
That's wrong. She knows it's wrong. Best quarterback in the NFL is Josh Allen.
Oh, yeah. It is what is he, like 16th in passing yards? And why has he been 16th?
He has 0 interceptions.
Okay.
Because we run the ball.
Why is this pass?
We don't rely on our pass.
Ray Davis had 40 yards and he was your leading rusher today.
We run the ball.
Next.
We also started with a lot of short fields.
Why is Josh Allen?
Our defense plays so well. We do a lot of short fields.
Your defense gave up 70 gazillion points to Baltimore. Stop it.
That was 2 games ago. Who has a winning record? Who's first in their division? Who has a winning record and who's first in their division? Whose team is the only team that won today? Zip it. Zip it. I'm about to go Trump on.
Josh Allen's is top QBR in the NFL.
Man.
Oh, after today?
Followed by Jaden Daniels, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, and then Kyler Murray.
Josh Allen in 2024 with no number 1 receiver. Total touchdowns, second. Total QBR, first. Raw QBR, first. Passer rating, 5th. Interceptions, 0. Passing TDs, 5th. 4 of the 6 games were on the road. Josh Allen, MVP.
Josh Allen, MVP. Best running back in the league, too.
Yeah, best running back in the league.
More running TDs than McCaffrey.
The Bills staff, though, in their scouting reports, all that said Amari was going to be very limited because he hasn't had any time in the playbook, so he was going to be used sparingly.
That touchdown he scored, he had no idea what the play was. He looked at Coleman and was like, what do I do? And God forbid, who knows what the hell Coleman said, that guy, if you ever heard him talk, he just started
pointed up
pointing.
the field.
Yeah. And then Cooper put that DB in a blender. Josh put it right on him. Yeah, he had no idea what that play was when he scored a touchdown.
That was funny.
I will say, though, I don't know if y'all noticed this. Cooper and Devontae Adams both dropped their first pass. Both teams threw it to him first possession. They both dropped their first pass.
That's funny. They're not ready. They're not ready. Ball spin's a little different.
Hey, he said that playing in front of Bills Mafia was crazier than any other team that he's played for. He played at Bama.
He's just he's pandering to the crowd. He's pandering to the crowd.
Yep.
Hey.
Yep. That's all he's trying to do.
That's pandering. They don't even do that. They just started that. Okay. Go ahead, Tex.
I was just saying, we all know that Bills Mafia peaked in 2020.
Facts. Absolute facts. Number 3, did the Philadelphia Eagles hide Jalen Hurts today? People are saying they won 28-3 at the Giants. I don't know what the Giants were doing. I look on the screen and I see Drew Lock's in the game, and Danny Dimes is walking around looking confused as hell on the sidelines. And basically what this means is Jalen Hurts was 10 of 14 for 114 yards and 1 touchdown, and I'm pretty sure half of that or more came on one throw to A.J. Brown. And really, this was a Saquon revenge game.
Yeah.
Averaged 10 yards a carry.
I don't know why anybody else touched the ball.
They can't do anything unless Saquon Barkley's running wild. That's just a fact.
Well, it's kind of been their problem the last 2 years. They really hadn't had a running back. I mean, they stopped giving Miles Sanders the ball.
Well, Miles Sanders sucks in Carolina, too.
And Swift, they wouldn't give Swift the ball either. Now they have a running back. They need to give it to him. Hurts doesn't need to be throwing the ball.
No, he throws everything late. He holds on to the ball too long. So,
well, it was an utter revenge game for Saquon. He had something to prove.
Facts. Absolutely.
And the Philadelphia defensive line made the Giants look like they were a peewee football team. In Danny Dimes' defense, every time he dropped back, his pocket collapsed. I want to say he got sacked like 6 or 7 times today.
They lost one of their tackles before the game, too. He was hurt. So, I love this. Football is awesome. Like, it's week 7, and we're making just bold proclamations about everything, and there's still like 3 months of football left. But that's what football's all about. 10 weeks left. That's what football is all about, dude. Like, I just saw Aaron Rodgers throw that ball, and I was like, ooh, he looks like the old Rodgers right there. He was dancing in the pocket, just ripped an absolute seed to Garrett Wilson.
Who's on the trading block, apparently.
Bills are going to go after him.
No.
Anything else on the Philly game?
No.
Okay. As is tradition, each week we have to ask the question, could the top college football team beat the worst NFL team? And it's kind of a toss-up between the Patriots and the Panthers, but could Oregon beat the Carolina Panthers right now? Because the Washington Commanders put up 40 points on them with their backup quarterback. And Jaden Daniels, I think, hurt his ribs.
Who tooted?
Somebody just ripped. Somebody just pulled a Dan Orlovsky.
DYLON.
What?
Silent but DYLON-y.
Oh, yes.
Mariota's in the game. Brian Robinson, we don't know if he was going to play, but he did. Terry McLaurin, this is one of the games I didn't watch, so if Brandon would like to throw in any comments on what did happen, I was not about to watch the Panthers lose by 40 because I could care less about that game.
Redskins -6 was the easiest bet I've ever made in my entire life.
Cash it. Could Oregon beat the Panthers?
Yeah. I think it'd be a solid 2-touchdown loss for Oregon. It wouldn't be a blowout.
I don't know if Gabriel can. I don't know if he's got it to be an NFL guy. He throws a good ball. I like how it comes out. Maybe it's just because he's left-handed, but I mean that guy is like 5'10".
Well, they couldn't stop the run today, so I don't know about Oregon, but they could not stop the Ginty guy from Boise State. That's a fact.
No,
that's a good point. That's a very good point. Does Carolina go back to Bryce Young? That's a question.
At this point, I don't know why you don't. If Dalton's not giving you anything better, which doesn't seem like he is at this point. He had a good 1-game bump, but I don't see why you don't.
Do they just suck that bad? Like their team must be constructed just terribly.
Well, would you just let Bryce go out there and try and make something so maybe you could trade him?
That's what I'm saying.
Like maybe he has some value.
Get something out of him.
Yeah.
Bryce Young did go 2 for 2 for -4 yards today.
I mean,
I love that.
Give me that.
Like, we joke around about our teams not having anybody or having to do like the Panthers really just don't have it.
They really don't have anybody.
Chuba Hubbard's their starting running back. And he's done okay, but like, come on. He's not a RB1.
They had all these players though.
Dante Johnson is not a wide receiver 1. They missed on Leggett in the draft. Thielen's hurt. I don't know.
Yeah, but Thielen wasn't a 1 anyways.
He's not, but he at least catches some stuff.
They don't do anything well.
No.
Like, most of the time you can point to be like, oh, they can run the football well. Oh, they've got a good pass rush. Oh, their defensive backs are
crazy
really good.
To think like their coach is our age. So like, I mean, he's a younger guy.
Canales.
I think he's like 37, 36.
So you're saying we could coach the Panthers and do better?
I mean, somebody like us coaching the Panthers. And there are guys out there that are smart and could do that. I don't know. I think he's a scapegoat.
Whoa, you're saying he's
until they can get him, until they can get their draft capital back. Maybe make some run at some players.
Trade Johnson before the deadline.
I agree with that. I think you should get some draft capital
to the Bears. The Bears like trading with the Panthers.
Yeah, give them your first and Johnson for your 6th.
They'll trade you Chase Claypool somehow. We'll come back. Okay, and the last one, is it Penix time in ATL? Dude, the Falcons, I have no idea what to do with the Falcons. Absolutely zero idea. They're at home. The Seahawks have been getting absolutely torched every which way, up and down the field. And the Falcons come out and score 14 points. And, we lost Java. I don't know what happened to him. The Falcons come out and score 14 points, and the Seahawks score 34. Geno was out for a period of time. Kirk Cousins stinks, even when it's not prime time. So Bijan had a pretty good game. DK Metcalf had a pretty good game. But this game was just really confusing to me because I'm like, okay, Seahawks have been sucking. They're 0-3 in their last games, giving up like 40 points a game, and then the Falcons can do nothing. Any thoughts on that?
Kirk still threw for 230. He just had those 2 picks. I mean, it was a Bijan game. They were trying to stick to the run because Seattle's run defense is weaker part of them, but DK Metcalf went off. I think just between 2 passes, he had, 88 yards in 2 passes?
Yeah, he had 4 receptions for 99 yards.
Yeah.
And a touchdown. He's such a freak.
So Falcons just got exposed deep. I mean, they ran for 155 yards.
Well,
Penix did come in. He was 1 for 1. He was 100%.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it Penix time? You can't trust Kirk. You can't give up on Kirk. Yes, you can.
I don't know. The NFC South is still so weak. They're at 4-3, and they're still second in the division, only a game behind the Bucks.
Who are 4-2, right?
Well, they're 4-3 now.
The Bucks?
Oh.
I think the Bucks are 4-2.
Yeah.
So really, the Panthers could only be 3 games back. So don't give up, Panthers fans. Could only be 3 games back. All right. That was pretty much everything from the headlines. Let's move on to quickly the score. Oh, there you go. Texas again. Just in your face, Tex. Scoreboard salute. What? Here's some other scores. Here's some other scores from around the league. Okay. The Jags get a win. They ran the ball 17 straight times. 17 straight times in this game at one point, which is phenomenal. Trevor Lawrence, I think, is 2-3 in his last game, and I think he's thrown like 5 touchdown passes. 7% chance that teams with 2 wins at this point make the playoffs. Is it time?
No, because in 2 weeks they play the Vikings.
Okay. Well, the Vikings play the Rams on the road at Thursday.
Yeah.
So.
Followed by, I know this, because our next 4 games are all against teams with losing records.
So the Vikings getting the schedule bump. So anyways.
This is well, the first 6 games we played 4 playoff teams.
What a catch. So there you go. Jags, anything on that London game? I don't think so.
Didn't watch any, except Brian Thomas went off.
Yes, he did.
And
Drake
so did
May.
Tank Bigsby.
Drake May looks pretty good. I feel like I had a cool stat, but I left my notebook upstairs. So, but Drake May looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. They just have nobody else to catch the ball.
What was it in the first quarter, or was it the second quarter that DeMario went out? And that's kind of the only weapon they have.
Yeah, he did. That was so annoying because I captained him, and that probably cost me the game or the lead.
You're stuck with Hunter Henry, and that's who you got to throw it to.
Yep, and everybody knows it.
And was it Rahandra or whatever his name is?
Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah, he's hurt. Everything was against the Patriots. So this is a consolation win for the Jags.
But defending their home turf.
They were the home team today.
They were the home
team. Okay. Other scoreboard, the NFC North. Who put that in there? Was that you, DYLON?
Yep, that's very important. Because
okay, go ahead. I'll give you the floor.
The NFC North is 19-6. Right now, we are looking at taking 3 of the playoff spots. So, for anybody else that's not in the NFC North that wants a playoff spot, how bad is it going to feel that some team is going to miss out on the playoffs from this division to somebody that's going to be 7-10 or 8-9? Anybody want to argue that the NFC North is the best division in the NFL?
I think they currently have the best record. I'll give you that.
I think, what does that matter?
Strength of schedule, man. We're playing harder teams.
What is this? The college football playoff committee?
Yeah, but look at this. None of them really played each other this year, and they're paired against the AFC South. So they're playing the Colts. They're playing the Jaguars. They did play the Texans. I'll give them that.
Who suck and throw for 80 yards a game.
Yeah.
Come to find out.
Weren't they 5-1 going into this?
Come to find out, they can only throw for 80 yards a game. You tell me.
Yeah, I mean.
You see a quarterback that throws for 86 yards a game. Tell me what. This sounds like a man who lost a game and is now trying to figure out how he can prepare himself to rationalize sliding down the rankings as other teams are now on their heels. That's what this sounds like.
I mean, the Vikings aren't in first place.
Vikings are not in
These are
first
facts.
place.
These are facts.
Vikings won't play the Lions again till the last game of the season.
And that could be really important. So, okay. Next, shout out to Edge. Alabama loses to Tennessee. Jalen Milroe sucks, throws an interception, actually throws 2 interceptions. Shout out to Edge. He said, state of Tennessee owns Alabama. Alabama has now lost to Vandy at Vandy.
Wow.
To Tennessee at Tennessee. Alabama can no longer claim Tennessee as an easy place to win. Tennessee owns Alabama right now.
That's crazy.
I just thought it was funny. Like, I mean, I think we all kind of had the same thoughts, ideas about Jalen Milroe. And I'm sure he's a great guy. I'm sure he's a great guy.
I love
but
it when
he's
you
great athlete. Great athlete. Great athlete.
But yes,
great football player. Good football player.
Yeah.
But we're being told by talking heads that he's a great quarterback.
It's just like Patrick Mahomes.
And so
it's like Richardson.
Yes. So Tennessee takes the lead, and his boys on the sideline are dapping him like, you're the dog. You're the guy we need to take us down the field and win the game. And he's like, I got you, bro. I got you. He trots out there and throws an interception. And I hate laughing because, you don't wish bad on anybody, but it's just when you needed to be a quarterback, you couldn't be a quarterback, and it's what happens to Lamar every year every time in the playoffs.
Like the same thing happened to him last year, though, too. J.V., I remember in the Michigan game.
Yeah, when I need you to be a quarterback. Yeah, he shouldn't have kept that ball.
And he
made the wrong decision.
And he couldn't stumble through the line, lost his footing, made the wrong call.
I agree with that. When we need you to be a quarterback, you're not a quarterback.
We're starting to see a pattern.
Here's where people get mad at people like us that always yell at us in our comments and stuff.
Which keep them coming. We love it.
Yes, absolutely. Somebody already well actually me and said that Texas take aged well, didn't it? And I'm like, tune in tonight for more terrible and horrendous takes. We don't care.
Come on the show.
Secondly, the reason we are not yelling at Jalen Milroe or Mahomes or Justin Fields, this is directed at the idiots who tell us to try to sculpt the narrative that we're supposed to believe what they are saying. Whenever we're watching with our own eyes, this guy has been in two huge.
We're watching football with our own 2 football eyes, seeing what football's going on because we know football.
And look, they want to tell us that because they played the game at a higher level than us. Some of them. I get that.
The guy that used to hold the place kick for Adam Vinatieri.
Yeah, I mean, so he's some of it. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you know the game better.
I agree with that.
It doesn't mean that you can't be honest about this. Like they just don't want the players to be mad at him. They don't want to be viewed as
anti-player.
Right. They don't want to be viewed as that. I don't care. Like if you suck, you suck. I'm sorry.
Look, we're not over here saying Jaden Daniels is terrible.
No, he looks great.
I think he knows when to be a quarterback, and then he knows when to pull it down and run.
But we are saying C.J. Stroud looked bad
today,
yes. Right?
And he's looked great. I think the last couple games, I think the Bills exposed him after the first half.
Okay. I think not
having. All right. This brings me to an important point. I've been waiting to say this as we go through it. So, Jalen Milroe has played awesome games. Patrick Mahomes has played awesome games. Jaden Daniels has played awesome games. You want to know one NFL quarterback that has not passed for over 50% yet, and everybody is riding his coattails? Anthony Richardson has not passed. He was 10 for 24 today for 126 yards.
Wow. More than Stroud, though. More than Stroud.
How bad is Joe Flacco feeling right now?
Joe Flacco don't care. He's getting paid.
Oh, my gosh. It bounced off his chest.
Take 6.
Dude, Anthony Richardson. DYLON, I'm right there with you.
What a play by Adams.
From
oh, gosh.
That was worth the
day
trade right
one,
there.
dude. That guy, he has not been accurate at Florida. He was
He
never
played
accurate
1
there.
year.
He's just not accurate. Him and Justin Fields have the longest leash of we got to give these guys a chance. We got to give these guys a chance that I've ever seen. I don't get it. I watch them play. They'll make a throw where you're like, whoa, that was unreal. And then they'll throw the next 3 balls into the stands. And you're like, what is that? We're supposed to just hit a slant route here. We can't. And he throws it high and gets his guy killed. So
a lot of times too, like I want to say, system matters, right? Like Justin Fields in Chicago was just a terrible. Not saying that he's great in Pittsburgh, but
he's 4-2.
He has more help. Like the Colts should have been a playoff team last year with Gardner Minshew. They're playing well with Flacco. So like it's not the system there. Like it's actual quarterback play for Richardson. So it's like, you can't give him the benefit of the doubt. Like, oh, they just don't know how to use him. Because they're good without him. They're bad with him, which I think might be some of the Titans' problems too.
There's some quarterbacks that just, dude.
Just who was laying on the ground there?
I don't know. There was somebody down. I don't know.
Yeah.
But this guy, Turgay says, Aaron is a real moron. Hall is wide open. Are you for real? Dude, I mean, he was, but dude, that was a money throw, dude. Cover 2 hole shot right there.
Garrett Wilson was wide open too. He just
he was wide open. That's like
that's wide open in cover 2.
Yeah, that's why. That's exactly where you're supposed to throw it.
All right, and then the final one was BYU and Oklahoma State. This game was phenomenal.
Told you. What time did that game end up ending?
I don't know. I fell asleep. I tried to stay up, and I fell asleep on the couch. And then I woke up, and I was like, what happened? And I saw that BYU scored with like 3 seconds left on like a deep in route. The guy broke like 3 tackles and went into the end zone. And they won the game they were down by 4.
OK State fired their offensive coordinator today. Like, he scored 30.
He scored 35
points. He scored 35 points. You got to win the game.
You fired the wrong guy.
We with the young kids. We're up at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I was scrolling through Twitter or whatever, and it was like 2 hours ago, and it was like posted clip of the BYU final. I'm like, did this game end at like 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning? I mean, it didn't start till 10:15, so it could have, but
they might trade Garrett Wilson at the third quarter, at the end of the third quarter, for dropping that ball. Aaron Rodgers is going to murder. He might. Anyways,
Niners could use him now.
Hey, we could. We don't need.
Look, I'll do this for you. You say I've been hating on the Niners. I'll thank the Niners for giving us our Mari Cooper, because the Browns fixed his contract because they were trying to get Ayuk, and they fixed his contract to send him to the Niners so the Niners could afford him. And Ayuk didn't want to go, so then he was just stuck there, and that's how the Bills got him.
You could just have Wilson put on there and trade him mid-game to the Steelers. All right, let's talk about our teams, even though we've kind of done it the entire time. Hit the football.
Well, I wasn't on it.
Football. Yay. Dude, Patrick Queen, absolutely. I hope that guy's all right.
We're about to see what happens.
That looked like Patrick Mahomes meeting the safety for the Niners at the goal line.
I don't know what happened there. He blew him up.
Yeah, he did. Maybe he wasn't looking at him.
I don't know, but it doesn't.
Was that the guy, or was
that's
the guy behind him?
It was number 65. See?
Okay.
Holy cow!
He just got rocked.
All right, Homer Alley. Oh, we got to do the shambles meter first. Hold on. Let's put it up here. Shambles meter, number 1, Antonio Pierce. How dare you, you scumbag. Antonio Pierce, you kicked a field goal. You were down 8, 4th and goal. You idiot. What are you doing? costs everybody their spread. SEC's in shambles because now they have no undefeated teams left, do they?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, in the conference.
Well, yes, Texas A&M, LSU.
Yeah, but
Yep.
overall undefeated now.
Wow, this is the best conference.
Hey, they're all beating each other.
Yeah, of course they would do that every year. They lose all their non-conference games, and they're like, "Oh, look, they beat each other up." Shut up, they suck. And then the shambles meter was whoops.
Whoa,
shambles meter here was look at this passing yards. You tell me which quarterback had a better game, passing yards. Can't wait to hear Mahomes all day tomorrow. And then Jay Cutler, number 4. Not a good weekend for Jay Cutler. He got a DUI.
I don't understand that.
And he had a gun on his persons.
He's got a bunch of gray in his beard. He didn't age well either.
No. Well, he's been ripping cigarettes and obviously chugging beers. Here's another rendition of the shambles meter brought to you by JVI. This was the first cut. I wanted to put it on here in case you want to go. I do have the second one.
Well, the first cut is Dak getting married, putting the Cowboys in the shambles.
Right before the 49ers.
No, he hasn't got married yet. Guys.
Engaged.
But we established he's not focused on football anymore.
To get married first in order for the curse to take place.
DYLON is on the shambles meter this week.
How am I on the shambles meter?
DYLON is on the shambles meter because I remember receiving a text message at halftime. And his team was losing for the first time this year at halftime. So he decides to take shots at somebody else's team and say, well, at least we're not losing to the Titans. And then the Bills proceeded to put 30 unanswered points on the board and whip the Titans' tail, and the Vikings still lost the game. So DYLON is now on the shambles meter.
Shambles.
That was a spoke too soon take.
It was.
I had this whole idea of having something with the Niners on the shambles meter, and I went back to my projects, and this picture of Purdy was on the shambles meter, so I accidentally left it on for the first version because Purdy got married. He threw 3 picks and no tuds today. Shambles. Niners are talking about having to give him more responsibility, and he looks great against the bad teams, but against the good ones, oh no, what is you doing? And now the Vikings have made the shambles meter for the first time since the preseason solely because they lost their first game of the season. They're not in first place anymore, and they have a quick turnaround game. So do the wheels fall off, or do they get back on track?
So if we win, the Vikings are off the shambles meter?
Maybe.
Potentially. The Vikings might be, but you may not be.
But then I realized what I did. So I switched up my shambles meter. 1, 2, and 4 are the same, but I don't know what that safety's name is, or that DB's number 6.
Malik Mustafa.
I put him on the shambles meter for getting truck stick by Mahomes. And I put a picture of Mahomes with his dad bod, and I put a picture of that dude with his 6-pack ripped. And I put a picture of him on his head with his feet up in the air doing the scorpion, and Patrick Mahomes standing over top of him.
He's doing the JVI.
Everybody's free to make a shambles meter. Everyone is. I can't wait. I'm going to have some good ones next week. Whenever all this shade.
Next week's game. Look, because the Niners can't do what they were supposed to do. Next week's game is between 2 first-place teams, Bills, Seahawks. We'll help you get back in first.
No, if they lose that game, expect. I don't want to hear you can't be here.
We'll see what works.
No. I have to show.
This is next Sunday's mandatory for everybody.
Yes, next Sunday is just going to be us watching y'all.
Cowboys Niners mandatory for everybody.
I'm just saying the bar has been set. You have to watch your team lose the Super Bowl live on camera with everybody laughing at you. And if you don't, if you can't match that energy, it's on you. DYLON, okay, Homer Alley, please take us through the Vikings' first loss, possible losing streak starting.
Okay, so for the record, only one team in NFL history has ever had a perfect season. So unrealistic to think that we were going to go 17-0. But I want to say that we started off hot, scored on the first drive of the game. Aaron Jones had his longest run of the season, our longest rushing touchdown in like 4 years. Held the Lions 3-and-out on the first 3 drives, then proceeded to let them score touchdowns on the next 4. Jared Goff did not have an incomplete pass until 7 minutes and 42 seconds in the third quarter. So we were utterly exposed on the little dump passes to the running back. We made Jahmyr Gibbs look like Walter Payton. Probably the worst one of all of them was in the fourth quarter. We're 3rd and 6. And then we decide to bail out, no zone coverage, and we let Jared Goff, I think we rushed 6 on 3rd and 6 in the fourth quarter. So we do a full blitz package there, and he just dumps it, and there is nobody for 16 yards for Jahmyr Gibbs to get that first down. And at which point it's a 40-yard field goal for whatever. So that sucked. But to top it off, we have a chance. We get down to the 50-yard line, 1 second left. We spike the ball. Illegal formation. Bump us back 5 more. So now we ultimately have a 71-yard field goal attempt versus what would have been 65 to 66 yards. We have a field goal kicker that has not missed a single kick all year, has made 4 54-plus yard field goals. I would have at least liked to see him have a chance. And then with 1 second left, pocket collapses. There was no chance to even get a Hail Mary off, and Sam Darnold gets sacked. So.
Can't take a sack on the last play of the game.
Shambles.
You also got to give him enough time to run 54 yards.
But
Facts.
Look.
With that being said,
okay.
Jared Goff ended looking like an all-star, and all we're going to hear about is how awesome he's been the past 3 games. He threw for 249 total yards after you take out the 4 sacks. Sam Darnold threw for 244. Was 22 for 27. Still had 103 passer rating. So I don't want to hear anybody say, oh, it was on Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold. It
was most definitely on Sam Darnold.
It was on Brian Flores deciding that every time it's 3rd and long, we're going to sit here and absolutely send a blitz package and just let him dink and dunk us.
That's what everybody was praising him for weeks. We can't figure out the Flores defense.
After he torches us for 3 straight touchdowns, 3 drives in a row, let's stop.
We sat here on this show a couple weeks ago and said the way that you beat Flores' defense is you just take what it gives you. It will bore you to death, but you just throw the check down. Because if they're blitzing that much, you just throw it where they're not. If somebody's blitzing, they're leaving a vacant area. And just throw it where they're not.
Detroit must have listened to the show.
That's what I'm saying.
Jared Goff must be a fan. I'm not worried, though. I'm not worried.
Oh, you're worried. You're already defending Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold didn't lose that game. Sam Darnold's still awesome. All right, he's still my quarterback. It's my quarterback.
Sam Darnold. You failed to mention that the defense actually got him in the game with a scoop and score on a David Montgomery fumble, which brought the game closer to when it should be. Shout out. They did erase 2 11-point leads. The Vikings did. That the Lions had. So basically the Vikings were getting throttled all game.
Did Sam Darnold not go down and take the lead with 2.5 minutes left?
But he wouldn't have had the lead if David Montgomery didn't fumble a scoop and score. You forgot to mention that one.
He would have still had the lead if the defense didn't give up 4 straight touchdowns.
Well,
facts.
Maybe if they would have scored, on their other possessions other than just the one, it wouldn't have mattered. They could have kept up with Detroit. If Sam Darnold's that good, they should have been scoring with Detroit every time, right?
I'm just going to tell you this. In 4 weeks, we will be 9-1.
Ooh. Put it on the board?
Put it on the board.
Okay.
We have the Rams. We have the Colts. We have the Jags. And we have the Titans.
So you're bragging, again, like I said, playing the AFC South, where all the wins come from.
Our first 5 wins, only one came against the AFC South.
From the NFC North, though. Everybody's touting them as the best conference, but all their wins come from the
We've only played
AFC
2.
South.
Well, we beat the Niners.
Niners were 3-4, dude.
Who have a losing record.
But not from the
That's
AFC
not helping
South.
your case. That's not helping your case. You can't claim that as a good victory because you guys sit up here and shit on them all that, and then be like, "Oh, it's a quality win."
No.
Make up your minds. They're either good or they're not. Make up your minds.
Can I use the Texans? They were 5-1.
They threw for 80 yards. It doesn't matter who you say. We're not going to give you credit.
Packers, who we also beat.
Okay, Packers, yeah, but Jordan Love coming off of a knee injury.
Without Jordan Addison.
Okay, that'll work.
Looking at the big board, though, Texas has Jags at 8.5 wins this year.
Woo! I like that.
They need to start streaking.
All
right.
I've also got the Steelers at plus 10. What was that? What did I have them at? Plus 9.5 as well.
Yeah. Winning record.
I
had the Patriots at less than 2.
Looking good. All right, J-Vi, Bills. You want to tell us about the Bills?
I mean, what's there to say other than it was just a complete dominant performance? Josh Allen's 100th start, 95th in a row.
Oh,
most active, longest streak for a quarterback. After halftime, our offense sputtered a little bit in the first half, which I don't understand. I know I wasn't expecting Cooper to be on the field a ton, but I wasn't expecting us to come out and throw the ball when James Cook was out there running for 4 and 5 yards a clip against this touted number 1 defense. We just didn't want to run the ball today. I get James Cook was a little beat up, didn't play a lot last week, but I mean, our other guys are good too. So I don't understand why we didn't run the ball a little bit more in the first half to get the guys going and trying to get Cooper in the game, get him going a little bit, and that's what we did in the second half. But after a rough start, after halftime, the camera was on J.A. And I don't know who this was to. I felt like it was to me, even though he wasn't directly looking at the camera. I felt like it was to me. He gave somebody, I'm going to say it was to me, a wink. Like I got this, dude. We're good. And the Bills proceeded to put up 30 points. Defense turned it on, outclassed them. And the other note I had, I don't understand either why the Titans went for it on their own side of the field in the first possession of the second half on 4th down. Completely changed the momentum of the game. It was starting to swing anyway because we scored before half. Completely changed the momentum of the game. We got a quick touchdown off of it. It was a rout after that. Now we head to Seattle. Number 1 AFC East versus number 1 in the NFC West. Might be a running trend. Every NFC West team is going to be in or tied for first every time we play them, because when we played the Cardinals week 1, they were tied for first in the division. So we might play every first-place team in the NFC West time it's all over.
I'm not going to let you get away with this, talking about how stout the Titans defense is.
They're number 1. Look at the stats, dude. They're ranked number 1.
I'm looking at who they played.
5.
They've played the Bears, the Jets, the Packers, the Dolphins, and the Colts.
Hey, they're number 1 defense in the league. Stats.
Okay. Yep. Got you.
Stats are facts.
And I'm sticking by my running back controversy because Ray Davis was your leading rusher.
Question.
Yeah.
This is also a post on Two Bills Drive. If Brian Daboll gets fired, taking him as an OC.
The season?
Mm-hmm.
Not this season.
You take him back though?
I would take him back as like quarterback coach.
Oh, so you believe in Joe Brady?
Look, I believe in my guys. I felt like I was the only one sticking up for Bass. Bass had a rough situation.
I was sticking up for Bass. He's not even my He's not even my kicker.
Hey, speaking of the
Who is your
Niners
kicker
kickers,
now?
holy cow.
Yeah, we're on
But
our fourth one.
I believe in Bass. Bass got married in the offseason. I know going into what that means. But I believe he can right the ship. He had a great day today, made all 6 of his kicks, 2 field goals, 4 PATs, all right down the middle in a hectic win. Our guy, the weapon, he had a little trouble kicking into that win today. His balls just kept getting hung up in there. Bass looked good in it.
That's 2 win games.
Not saying it's us.
Redemption.
But we believed. We also gave a lot of helpful hints on how we could help him.
We did send a whole host of ideas for the weapon to pass along. I wonder which one he tried.
I don't know. I wonder if Dog was at the game.
That's what I was getting That one got you. I know that one got you.
Yeah, I laughed out loud at that one.
Okay. Niners lose 28-18. Am I worried? No. People are going to say, well, AK, Brock Purdy threw 3 interceptions. First interception was bad. He did not see what's-his-face. Second one, Ronnie Bell ran the wrong route. Third one, his arm was hit. Third one was probably the most one that stung because that was at the goal line and that was really their best chance to close the gap. But the game started with a 3-and-out, which was terrible. And we had the lead 3-0 in the first quarter. And then at the end of this first half, we're going down to potentially score a touchdown. And again, the red zone offense was an issue. This is like the 5th game in a row. We're on our 4th kicker. Oh, they blocked it. And I have to sit there, the Chiefs' first scoring touchdown, or first touchdown drive. A team that is the least penalized in the league, the 49ers, suddenly now has the most penalties against them in the first half that they've had all season.
I mean, whoa. So,
who are they playing?
It's the law of averages.
You don't
law of averages.
Nope.
Law of averages. Law of averages.
Your all-world left tackles trying to fight people.
Excuses.
Everybody on this show rips the Chiefs until they play the Niners.
I'm not gonna.
And then now all of a sudden I'm the one that's
excuses.
Now the refs don't give the Chiefs the upper hand.
Okay.
So the first touchdown drive,
regardless,
we have to listen to Tom Brady, who is now a complete succubus to Patrick Mahomes because he's part of the crew now. Oh, my God, he threw it underhanded. How can anybody else make that throw? How hard is it to do that, Tom? And then Tom's in the booth just for 3 hours with just
So are you saying that Tom Brady don't know ball?
I'm saying Tom Brady is not being as critical as he probably should be, and he's
probably not allowed to be.
He can't be. He can't be critical of anything because he's
and that makes me sick because he's having to sit there. Basically, everybody's making him talk about his replacement of the GOAT in that light. But anyways, we have to listen to what a drive by the Chiefs whenever there were 5 penalties on that drive that got them all the way down with 2 or 3 that were on 3rd down. Of course, right? 2 phantom neutral zone infractions. But that's neither here nor there.
I hate it for you, dude.
The bottom line is what frustrates me the most is, first of all, the red zone offense, and secondly, the special teams. We gave up another huge penalty or another huge punt return at a terrible time to do it, which set up their 2nd touchdown. So it's like, yes, all the guys are injured, whatever. Who cares? Purdy, did he play great? No. But he had him in position to score points, and people weren't making plays, and he had a few balls get tipped that didn't go his way. And it's just annoying. It's annoying to watch Shanahan. We're down by 2 scores, and he's running the clock like we've got the lead. by 2 scores. Late in the game, I was like, what are we doing? Where's the urgency? Let's get up to the line and try to run some plays here. We got to get 2 touchdowns. And they're just walking up like they've got the lead. He did the same thing in the Super Bowl. It was infuriating.
You think the Shanahan era is coming to an end?
No, I just what I do know from that game is Andy Reid and Spagnuolo, dude. That is a tough duo.
Look,
I'll say this, and I'll go on the record, and very seldomly will I ever go on the record in support of anything that is related to AK's fandom. But Shanahan really is getting the raw end of the deal. You cannot take any NFL team, take away 3 Pro Bowlers, offensive weapons in McCaffrey, Debo, Ayuk, and potentially Juwan Jennings, and expect to be able to put up points. On top of that, you don't have a kicker.
Which is terrible because we suck in the red zone.
But at the same time, I will say shame on him, because it's not like this is the first time that this has happened where he has put himself in a position where he has no backups to come in and play skill positions.
Well, Jordan Mason's good, and I like Cowing. Jacob Cowing is going to be a good player.
Oh yeah, what did he do today?
He had a big play. I think he had. I don't know how many.
He had that one big pass that was like 30-something yards.
They're not putting him on the field. Shanahan's got this weird thing like you have to earn but he keeps putting Ronnie Bell out there for some reason.
Was that the worst onside kick that you've ever seen in your entire life?
That was hilarious, Wisnowski. That was funny, dude. That thing. You know what I love about it is at the end it spun up like you do with your kids in the living room.
Yeah.
You kick it really far, like really hard on the end, and it spins up into a spiral. I wish somebody would have booted it down the field. That would have been hilarious. No, but I mean, you're right. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and make excuses for that because they still had chances to win the game, even with all that crap that went on. They just didn't make the plays. So, and shout out Purdy because without all those players,
they don't have playmakers without the playmakers.
Yeah, but they still had chances.
I'm not gonna let you sit here and coddle him with that argument. Josh Allen hasn't had a Pro Bowler to help him on offense, and the Bills are still 5-2.
You had Stephon Diggs.
Not this year.
You said he hasn't had one. You meant this year?
This year, yeah. Until this game when we got Cooper.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, let's see.
Let you sit here and coddle him.
We're not coddling.
He's coddling you. You don't have your all-pro players. Mason's been good this year.
Coming from a guy that lost their Pro Bowl quarterback and went to the 4th-string quarterback and saw how damaging that was, on top of losing Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison and TJ Hawkinson last year. You can't win without your playmakers.
Can't do it.
That's what they pay him to coach for. Wait a minute now. That's what they pay him to coach for.
Yeah. Bills seem to be doing it.
The Bills beat the Cardinals, the Dolphins without Tua, the Jags, who sucked.
Well, they had Tua.
Got pounded by the Ravens, lost to the Texans, beat the Jets, who suck, beat the Titans, who suck. Okay, so combined teams you've beaten have a combined 4 wins.
No, that's not true.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cardinals have
wins.
2 wins? Dolphins have 1 win.
That's
Jags
3.
have 2 wins.
That's 5.
Okay. Jets have 7, and so 8. Okay.
And the Texans and the
but you lost those.
Yeah, but you said the teams you've played.
You lost, but you lost those.
But you said the teams you've played have a combined. You didn't say the teams you've beaten. You said teams you've played.
The teams that you played that were actually good throttled you.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Now we're throwing in all kinds of qualifiers here.
Yeah. See what I did?
Your argument was that
my argument was that
playmakers.
That
I've got
you guys are saying he can't win without playmakers, and I'm telling you that Josh Allen has won without playmakers.
Yeah, playing teams that don't have play.
The Niners lost to the Rams.
Well, because they didn't have their playmakers. Ronnie Bell dropped a fucking pass, dude.
Josh
Debo
Allen
was
beat
out
teams
and
without
McCaffrey was out.
And Josh Allen has beat
And
teams
Kittle was
as bad
out.
as the Rams without playmakers. If Purdy is as good as you say he is, and Shanahan is as good as a coach as they say he is, they should have found a way to win.
Purdy is good. He had a bad game. Can he not have a bad game?
I'm not saying he can't. I'm just saying I'm not going to let DYLON come up here
Against
and
the
coddle
best
you.
defense in football?
I'm not
He
going to
can't
let
have a
him
bad
come up here.
game?
The Bills played the best defense in football this week. Check the stats.
The 1 in 5
Okay.
Titans.
Check the
Let's
stats.
put a poll up. Whose defense would you rather have, the Chiefs or the Titans?
I'm just saying, put a poll
we'll
up
do
that
a poll.
said who's statistically who had the best defense in football this week.
Okay, then statistically, who's leading? Who's got more pass yards than Josh Allen?
Purdy does, and Purdy has got playmakers.
You want to go stats, buddy? You want to go stats? Oh, okay.
And who has the most
let's
interceptions? Who has more interceptions?
Purdy.
And whose team has more wins? Whose team's
we
in
want to do
first
that.
place?
We want to do more wins.
Whose
My
team's in first
team.
place?
Sam Darnold has more wins.
There you go.
And
Sam
you're the one
Darnold.
coddling him.
You want to go?
See what we do?
Now,
See what we have to do?
I know.
Where's the Cowboys fan hasn't said shit for an hour and a half.
That's not true. I just jumped in.
He
team's
jumped
not
in to
biased.
support J-Bot.
I know.
My team has a bye.
Your team got whooped this week too.
A very important game.
Texas got there.
Very important game. Very important game coming up this week. My team's got a bye, and we are going to be ready. Just you wait.
Yeah, you can tell how ready your quarterback is.
Just you wait.
He's playing
Just you
golf
wait.
with his fiance.
Just you wait. Hey, what else is he supposed to do on a bye week? He's on vacation.
Everybody gets engaged on their bye.
I don't know. Whatever they pay him $120 million to do, maybe.
Dude, I couldn't tell if he was getting engaged or if it was the end of the 49ers game.
Everybody needs a break. Everybody needs a break every now and again.
What do you mean now and again? He gets a break come January, really the end of December, all the way until like July. He gets a 7-month break. And the way he's playing, he can make it even longer. He's going to get a really long break at the end of this season.
It's a grind. It's a grind, man. It's a grind.
Dude, this is hilarious. The Steelers are about to absolutely pile drive the Jets. All right,
let's better score here.
Let's go over the let's hit the electric thing. Let's do it. Okay. Quickly. The Millie Goats Listener League contest. Sean Hackbarth wins it with 126.7. 28 D Scott, 126.1. Wow, that was a barn burner. OTA Top Troy, 119.6. Buck Falk Buck, 118.5. MP 5,000, 116.48. That's our dollar contest. Join it every week. Shout out Sean Hackbarth, who went with Gino, Kenneth Walker, Joe Mixon, and Brock Bowers. And we boast him when we roast me. Because I played Danny Dimes and I had 7 ice cubes out of 9 players, 65 points. It's pretty bad.
What was the score that won?
126.78.
Dang, I would have gotten third. I didn't play this week.
You would have. All right, let's go over these quickly and see how we did. J-Vi, over 53. Go ahead.
Yes. OK State, BYU. BYU's a wagon. I told y'all that. OK State can score, so I knew over was easy on that one. They crushed the over. I did go against what I said I was going to do, and I didn't include it on this, but I said I'd still do it. I took Purdue at plus 30.5 against Oregon, and they couldn't get a single field goal or a touchdown.
They missed a field goal.
So they lost 35-0. So that ruined my parlay for Friday night. Saturday was bad. There's no defending Saturday. Indiana absolutely mollywopped Nebraska. I don't know what happened to Arizona State. Cincinnati beat them by 2 tuds. Baylor absolutely kicked the shit out of Texas Tech.
They scored like 60 points.
Texas Tech was leading the Big 12. And then Texas Tech, know what the hell Texas was doing. Got their ass kicked by Georgia.
They thought the game started at 9.
I also did another thing on Saturday that I said I wasn't going to do. I slid Buffalo +1 in there. They got beat by 7 by Western Michigan. So I went 0 for 5 on Saturday. I didn't have a single win. Not one single win. So that's 1-4. I got back on the boat today. Washington -6 against Carolina. That was the easiest bet of my whole life. And then the Niners blew it. So I was 2 for 5. Hey, don't call it a comeback next week when I go 6 for 6.
Back on the saddle.
You were 2 for 7. You were 2 and 5. Don't try to church it up there, Joe Dirt.
That was bad.
I lost five of the games.
Yeah, you said you were 2 for 5. You were 2 for 7.
No.
You 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
I
7.
lost 5.
Yeah, but you made 7.
I was 2 and 5.
You were 2 for 7.
That's 7 games. I was 2 for 5.
It doesn't matter. That's still terrible.
I'm not saying it was good.
Dude,
No,
Indiana
2 for 5 means.
But 2 for 5 is better than 2 for 7. I was 2
Dude,
for
this
5.
isn't Arby's. We need
No, 2 for 5 is 40%. You were 2 for 7. You were 2 and 5.
Yeah,
there
I was
you
2
go.
and 5.
Okay.
All right. Who's next? Okay, here we go. Xavier Legette. That was terrible. Eckler, I have no idea. Over for Houston. That's another reason why Packers hate America. The over missed by 1.5.
Oh,
Yucky. And Arizona State, which I should have changed because I knew their quarterback was out. So that sucks. Well, that sucked.
That was bad.
That was bad.
In your defense, Brian Robinson was not supposed to play.
Yes. That was, I made these on Wednesday, so.
Because I went heavy Eckler, too.
Mm-hmm. DYLON, here you go.
Cousins and London stack, that's a 50%er. London did get you 18.5, but nice. Cousins was snowflakes. Jordan Addison was 9.5. Wasn't snowflakes, but he also was not fire flames. But then I gave you Kareem Hunt, who went absolutely nuts today for like almost 30 points. And what?
He did, he did hit his rushing. He did his rushing prop, which is 48.5. You've been killing those too, by the way. You hit like 5 in a row.
Yeah. Haven't missed it. So, how do you want to score that? Because I did give you Cousins London stack, and Cousins sucked. London was good.
Well, it's a wash then. That's not a hit. Neither was Addison. They have to be fire flames.
Okay.
Legette had 2 catches for 3 yards.
Whoops.
And 1 rush for 6 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And then Austin Eckler had 4 rushes for 17 yards.
Good average.
And 2 catches for 3 yards.
Good average.
Yeah, Austin Eckler gave you 4.3 today.
Sucks. My apologies, folks.
Bad week for us.
No, Tex, did you save it?
That was
the ridiculous parlay. You put Nebraska, you idiot.
I know. That was the only one that didn't hit.
Dude, the Sig Tim? Signetti?
It was the only one that didn't hit on that parlay.
Wow.
Hit everything else except for that one.
Wow, he had a parlay that was Nebraska, Missouri, Wisconsin, Tennessee, all money line, and he picked Nebraska. You seem like an Indiana guy. Why would you pick Nebraska?
I just thought Nebraska had him going in. I had this gut feel, just like I had on all the rest of them, and I felt like Nebraska was gonna do it going in. Defensively, I thought they would be better than they were, and they are not good. And I think that their offense is also not real good.
No,
I was thinking they're better than they were. They aren't who I thought they were, and they aren't who I thought they were.
Indiana is mollywhopping people too.
Dude,
where are they coming from?
They got that coach from JMU.
Let me pull it up.
And several players from JMU.
Hold that thought. I'll get you.
But Burrow Chase stack, no fire flames. Burrow had 14.9, and Chase had 17.6, which isn't bad, but it's not great. And that game was kind of low scoring, anyways. And then Texas money line, which also didn't hit. I had a bunch of other ones that I didn't put on the slide that also didn't hit. An example of that is right now the under in this game. I did under 44.5.
Dead by the third quarter.
But I did also bet Pitt to win the second half. So
Ooh,
that's
job.
gonna hit. I
don't know,
had Colorado, Arizona going over 58, didn't hit. Purdue to cover the spread at 27.5, didn't hit. 49ers money line, never doing that again. Carolina Panthers to cover the spread, didn't work.
Wow.
That might be the worst one.
The only success I had was betting in hockey, since nothing good for football.
Dude, Indiana might play in the Big Ten championship.
That's what I'm saying. Their
Awesome.
schedule's favorable.
They beat Northwestern, Maryland, UCLA.
All right, let's do how dare you. We can talk about that.
50 points a game.
They got Washington, Michigan State, Michigan. Then they play at Ohio State, and then they finish with Purdue.
Go Hoosiers.
Let's go, baby.
And cash out is suspended on the Patriots under 1.5, by the way.
Hit the how dare yous. Let's do it quickly.
Oh, wait.
Ready.
How dare you?
How dare me? How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you, sir? You're gross.
How dare you?
How dare yous? Let's go. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first because I've been waiting all week long to do this.
Okay.
My how dare you goes out to the New York Rangers because we started this hang the banner for teams that just want to hang a banner because they won a game or won some games. And what does one of our guys' teams do? They hang a banner for regular season champions.
Yes. Where do I get one of those shirts?
How dare you, New York Rangers, for hanging your regular season champ and copying the Colts. Copying the Colts.
The Colts said that as part of my take. Do you think we can get the Rangers to send that to us?
Maybe.
If we
have
give
to reach out.
Shit. All right.
How dare you, Rangers?
That's a good one. I also already hung the banner for the EA Sports, predicted them to win the simulation Stanley Cup. Got to take that when you can. I need to get a ring. I'm going to go second. How dare you to the NFL? The NFL is reportedly considering the possibility of narrowing the uprights in the future, and change could be on the horizon if kickers continue to turn in successful performances. Via The Athletic, Diana Rossini. How dare you? Kickers finally have the upper hand. Very valuable. What are you going to do? Take money out of their pockets by narrowing the field goals. What is this? The Arena Football League? Leave it alone. How dare you?
I will say this, being a former kicker, I truly believe in my heart of hearts that it's harder to kick in college than it is in the NFL. I think the NFL kickers are better. Obviously, it's why they're in the NFL. But almost every kick in the NFL, because the hashes are on the uprights, is basically a straight kick.
Yep.
The angles are harder in college because the hashes are out wider. Yep. Especially when you get closer to you're basically having to torque your whole body to swing it in there.
Why do they do that? Why do they make it different?
They made it different for the actual play, like the gameplay. So you can get more spacing with hashes being closer in.
Bingo. So where they spot the ball. Anybody else? DYLON, you have one.
Yep. How dare you to the YouTube advertisement algorithm? Anytime that I get one of those little survey questions that comes up, was this last political campaign relevant to you? I always select no. But yet, every time that I get an advertisement, it is for either Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. And I just cannot understand, why do you ask if it's relevant if it doesn't matter what I put?
Now you're interacting with it, so they think that you care.
Dude, now my algorithm's going to have it, you jerk.
Yeah, hey.
Everybody listening on YouTube's going to have it.
Now you're talking to it.
It'll give you the option, like, if you answer this, you can have the next 25 minutes ad free. So I always answer it. But then the next ad is completely irrelevant to what I said was irrelevant to me.
Well,
So
sounds like they.
How dare you, YouTube and your political advertisements, give me something that I might actually buy?
Sounds like they got you right where they want you. Honestly. Tex, do you have a how dare you?
My how dare you goes to the SEC.
Yes. Give it to
They
them.
fined Texas $250K because their fans threw trash on the field after that game.
Well, I know
How
it wasn't
dare
for
you.
being able to storm the field after that game.
SEC for punishing the fans in their own stadium.
Well, now we know how much it costs to change a call.
$250K.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Speaking of Texas, where'd they fall? Hey, Dave, tell them 1, 2, 3.
Where are you 5?
Oregon, your new number 1 AP Top 25 poll today for Week 9. Oregon, Georgia, Penn State.
So you're telling me it could be Oregon and Indiana in the Big Ten championship?
Yes.
Or Penn State.
Nah, Penn State's going to lose.
Well, yes,
they will lose.
And probably Michigan.
They will lose the whiteout game at home for sure.
Look at this. Oregon, Georgia, Penn State, Ohio State, Texas, Miami. Miami does it again. Tennessee.
Absolutely no love for the Big 12.
None. Iowa State's undefeated. BYU's undefeated.
Vandy's in there.
Vandy's in there. Shout out Army, Navy.
Hey, while let's shout out, what was that linebacker, the cornerback from Navy that ran that pick six back and absolutely trucked the quarterback. I mean, worse.
DBs are supposed to truck quarterbacks, you say?
Trucked him.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't even need to. Just lowered his shoulder to let him know, hey, I'm in armed forces and I'm undefeated.
Sound like
also
happened today.
shout out to the Army quarterback, and he should be up for the Heisman because he had 5 rushing touchdowns on Saturday, and he has 19 total touchdowns on the year. I think Ashton Jeanty only has more. Put some respect on the quarterback's name. So,
hey, and they ran. What did they run the first play? It was like a fake reverse, fake fullback dive, post. First play of the game. Very uncharacteristic of Army.
That's a whole lot of squigglies on the draw.
Oh yeah, there was high motion all over the place. I mean, it was crazy. It was like fake reverse, fake the handoff up the middle, drop back, four step drop, slant, or post down the middle.
They are doing everything they can to keep Ole Miss, Missouri, Alabama. Like, they're doing everything they can. Eventually, they're just gonna. Now they brought Vandy up into the mix. They see they do this, and then they're like, "Oh, it's a quality loss." Whenever they all beat each other, it's BS.
They're doing that with the Big Ten too, though. Ohio State's going to beat Penn State, and they're going to drop to 5.
Ooh, Notre Dame at Navy this weekend.
Holy cow! Game of the week
at Navy.
Game day better be there.
At Navy.
Oh.
Game day better be there. Game day had better
What's
be
the
there.
line? What's the line?
Right now it's Notre Dame 12.5. I'm hanging with that.
Can we make emergency
Go ahead.
bet?
Go ahead and bet.
Emergency bet. Hang on, I'm trying to find it what it is on DraftKings. That was just the ESPN. Hang on. Let me take the DraftKings.
Russ is cooking. I have to admit, Russ is cooking. Look at Aaron Rodgers, sad ass face on the bench, but loser.
Dude, I call. This is a season on the line game for the Jets. They're done.
It's 12. Done. 12 Notre Dame.
Dude, plus 12 Navy. I'll hit that.
Give me that. And we know what? When it does, it should. When you place that bet, it should just fire off Roman candles all over your television screen or your phone screen. For America. Okay, that's it. Episode 176. Rough week, but that's okay. That's why we love this show. Wodamaker standing is on the bottom there. I have 6. J-Vi has 12. DYLON has 3. ButchP has 12. Tex has 2. And
Butch and I are running away with this thing.
No. I'm about to have 7, buddy. You're not running away with this thing. Let's not.
We're all within 9 points right now of tonight.
And hey, but who knows? By Thanksgiving, when we get to Thanksgiving, there's like 7 contests a week. That league could evaporate.
There's 7 this week. There's 3 on Monday.
Yeah, I could be right there at 12 by tomorrow. So, better watch your mouth.
Great. There's all kinds of great games on this weekend.
Love it.
Oklahoma, Ole Miss, LSU, Texas A&M, Missouri, Alabama.
Oh, great.
Kansas,
Here we go.
Kansas State. All kinds of great games.
Okay. Follow us on all of our socials. Podcast will be out tomorrow if you're just tuning in. Live shows Wednesday, Sundays, also Thursday and Saturday emergency streams. And follow us on all those things and come yell at us on social media for terrible, terrible takes sometimes. That's what $1 million.
Nope, not terrible. Like. Not terrible. Honest takes.
That's true. You might perceive them as terrible, but they're not. Well, some of them, the Texas one actually aged terribly. So that was terrible. Also, the Chiefs one also
here's a take
terrible.
for you. Here's a take.
Ooh.
Penn State at Wisconsin. Upset alert. Spread is set at 6.5.
Yeah. Give me Wisconsin.
What time's that game?
7:30 under the lights.
Yeah. We're gonna have to rub some Badgersil all over ourselves, baby.
All right. Night.
Let's go.
We love football.
It's on